The Shona Empire consisted of many settlements, but one settlement was especially important for the success of the empire.
This large settlement encouraged trade throughout Africa and parts of Asia. It was known as Great Zimbabwe.
Trade throughout the Shona Empire was important. It began in Great Zimbabwe, which was the main center of trade and wealth in the empire. Great Zimbabwe could even be considered the most important settlement in the empire. But what really made Great Zimbabwe important was trade. They traded gold, cattle, iron ore, timber, ivory, and slaves to many other places. Gold and cattle were the most important items in trade. They were very successful in trade because many trade routes passed through the city of Great Zimbabwe. Effects of trade included the development of a better economy, more wealth, and the distribution of cultures throughout Africa and its surrounding continents. Overall, trade in Great Zimbabwe helped strengthen the Shona Empire.
Great Zimbabwe was one of the main reasons the Shona Empire was so successful and wealthy. The settlement was built sometime between the 11th and 15th centuries. It was also very large. Great Zimbabwe was the largest of all the Shona settlements. The settlement exceeded 100 acres. It also contained about 10,000 to 20,000 people in total. It was located in the southeastern hills of Zimbabwe, near the town Matirakwai and the town of Masvingo. The entire settlement was split into 3 sections. These sections included the valley ruins, the hill complex, and the great enclosure, which was the most significant of the 3. The city was home to many cattle-herding people and blacksmiths. These kinds of people greatly helped provide Zimbabwe with materials used for trade. Over the years, it became an influential center of wealth, power, and trade. Therefore, it played a huge role in the empire's success.
Great Zimbabwe was the center of trade. It was very successful and productive. Their key product was gold. It was estimated to be about 2,000 pounds per year. Gold trade was crucial because it was exchanged for salt. Salt helped preserve food. Many trade routes passed through the city. This was a great advantage in trade during those times. This allowed foreign traders to exchange culture, tradition, religion, economy, wealth, and more goods with Great Zimbabwe.
Unfortunately, Great Zimbabwe declined in the 15th century due to lack of materials. It is said that people noticed that their city didn't have as much goods or resources as it used to, and began to abandon it. More and more people began to abandon the city, which eventually led to its end. But that wasn't the end of Great Zimbabwe. Even though the city fell, its achievements led to the success of the entire Shona Empire. Effects that trade in Zimbabwe had on the empire included a better economy, more wealth, the distribution of cultures, and it even allowed them to gain more power. Great Zimbabwe is also a great influence on our world today. Foreign trade of the United States makes up the international imports and exports of the United States, one of the world's most significant economic markets. Today, it is still a source of pride to the nations in southern Africa. Overall, trade was of great significance in Great Zimbabwe. It helped the city prosper, and eventually, Great Zimbabwe became the largest city in Africa during the 11th and 15th centuries. Trade brought more wealth to the city. This allowed the economy to run smoothly. Trade also made the city rich and powerful. The city grew and grew until it collapsed in the 15th century. In conclusion, the city of Great Zimbabwe was a significant place of trade and was important in the 11th to 15th centuries.